Hey there, and happy Friday Eve from Radically Rational and RadicallyRational.com. I don't know why I'm in such a good mood. Well, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Jets and Browns in the Hall of Fame game tonight in Canton. Now, did you know that the Jets and the Browns played each other in the very first NFL Monday Night Football game back in 1970? And did you know that it was Keith Jackson who did the play-by-play on that? It's true. What relevance does this have? Absolutely none. I'm just an old dude, and I like remembering and talking about stuff like that. Okay, so Bengals running back Joe Mixon, who has been a talented player, says he made a, quote, sacrifice in taking a pay cut to go all in on a Super Bowl run. My take? I think you're lucky to have a job in Cincy following a lackluster last season and 2 gun incidents in the offseason. Saints running back Alvin Kamara no longer faces felony charges for his role in beating the holy hell out of a man at a hotel in Las Vegas prior to the 2022 Pro Bowl, but that doesn't mean that he's totally off the hook. Kamara met with the Jolly Roger yesterday in New York. I'd be shocked if Goodell doesn't sit Kamara down for at least a couple of games. Okay, especially now that Ronald Jones has been suspended for 2 games for violating the NFL's PED policy. I think it makes more sense than ever before for the Cowboys to now bring Zeke back in a limited role with a greatly reduced salary. Jones, by the way, says his violation was triggered by a heart medication that he's been taking since he came into the league, and he does have a family history. It's possible the PED policy may require some tweaking, in my opinion. I just realized that in this morning's blog, I've written kind of a mini novel about running backs. RBs have not been devalued on this blog. I just can't wait to see Bijan Robinson play for the Falcons this year. That's a guy that could have an impact on the way the sport is played in the NFL. A year after winning the Super Bowl, the Rams won just 5 games last year. I was kind of thinking they might rebound a little bit this year. That is until Cooper Kupp grabbed his hamstring and went, my leg! That's bad news if you're a Rams fan. The Pac-12, that's as good as done. The Big Ten has eyes on Oregon and Washington. Like everything else, this is all about TV money. But if the Pac loses the Ducks and the Dogs, it is curtains. It's over. Speaking of TV money, Florida State is screaming that it deserves a larger chunk in the ACC because of their high profile and marketability. FSU could be headed for the door. Amidst issues like, conference realignment, NIL, the transfer portal, college football has entered the era of chaos. And it's very disturbing. But there is nothing currently more disturbing than the football gambling scandal at Iowa State and now Iowa as well. Nothing. There's nothing scarier than this. 7 athletes are facing serious charges, and that number is almost certain to grow. Reading a lot of controversy about this. Me, being a soccer expert and everything, I had zero problem with retired United States women's national team player Carly Lloyd dogging her former teammates for a lack of world-class focus. Lloyd was just doing her job now as an analyst with Fox Sports. Lloyd told the truth, and the truth is always the ultimate defense. Astros win, good. Rangers win, bad. Texas still up by a half game, but Scherzer to the Rangers and Verlander coming back to H-Town. This is going to be a fascinating final 2 months of the regular season. Look at it this way. Always look at the bright side of life. Trump should have the drill down this afternoon at his arraignment in D.C. He's already had plenty of practice, and he'll be soon getting at least one more rep in the state of Georgia. Practice makes perfect, so they say. Okay, Team Trump's free speech and First Amendment defense is patently ridiculous and ought to get laughed out of court. This is not about what Trump said. It's not even about the fact that he can't open his mouth without lying. That's not this, and don't let anybody tell you it is. It's about what he did in advancing those lies. He defrauded the United States, he obstructed official government procedures, and he deprived voters of the right to have their votes count. Last time I checked, those were all felonies. What has gone up inevitably is going to come down. Now look, right now this is pretty predictable. Yes, with this latest indictment, Trump has gotten yet another big bump in the polls. And that's going to continue to rise in the graph for a while before it noses over, because here's the difference. For the first time, important, prominent people in the GOP have had it with Donald Trump. Okay, this will be a lagging indicator. It'll be a while before you see this reflected in the polls, but with Christie and Haley and Hutchinson and Barr going after him, it's going to have an impact with swing voters who are going to determine the 2024 election. And check this out. Hell, even apparently Mike Pence has gotten permission from Mother to say that Trump is not fit to be president. All right. I disagree with Janet Yellen, okay? I absolutely understand why Fitch downgraded the United States credit level and rating. This is what happens when we tolerate crap like January 6th and then mess around with a pointless game of chicken when it comes to handling our debt ceiling and raising our debt ceiling and paying our bills. Even if you ultimately pull it in at the last moment, the damage has been done. And it not only hurts our government, it hurts us as individuals. So all I can say about that is son of a Fitch. Have a great Thursday. We are radically rational.